These are the 5 signs a man hasn't had sex in a long time. Sign 1. Heightened stress and irritability. When a man hasn't been sexually active for a prolonged period, one of the most noticeable changes is an elevation in stress levels. This isn't just anecdotal, it's biological. During sexual activity, the body releases endorphins and oxytocin, which are natural stress relievers. Without this regular release, stress hormones can accumulate. Sexual activity is a big stress buster. That's because of the release of endorphins, the feel-good neurotransmitters, and certain other hormones like dopamine and serotonin. When these chemicals aren't being produced through intimate activity, men may experience shorter fuses in everyday situations, difficulty relaxing even in comfortable environments, increased sensitivity to minor frustrations, physical tension particularly in the shoulders and jaw, disrupted sleep patterns, and reduced sleep quality. Ever wondered why he snaps at the waiter or can't seem to laugh off minor inconveniences anymore? That stress buildup isn't just about work pressure. It might be his body missing those natural stress relievers. If you notice these stress patterns in yourself or someone close to you, introducing more physical activity can help. Sign 2. Changes in confidence and self-image. A prolonged period without sexual intimacy often affects a man's self-perception and confidence levels in surprising ways. Sexual activity contributes to feelings of desirability and positive self-image. When that regular affirmation disappears, many men experience a gradual erosion of confidence that manifests in social situations. Lack of sex can create feelings of negativity and low self-esteem, increased shyness about his body and physical appearance, heightened self-consciousness in social settings, overcompensation through bragging or exaggerated stories, reluctance to initiate conversations with potential partners, second-guessing his attractiveness or worth. Notice how he used to confidently enter a room but now hugs the walls? Or perhaps he's suddenly overly concerned with his appearance. That confidence dip might not be random. It could be a direct response to feeling less desired. Sign 3. Hypersensitivity to sexual cues. One of the most noticeable signs of prolonged sexual inactivity in men is an increased sensitivity to visual and physical stimuli. This heightened response happens because the brain becomes more alert to potential sexual opportunities when they've been absent for an extended period. This sensitivity often manifests as getting short of breath when seeing someone showing skin, becoming flustered during casual physical contact, a tendency to stare a bit too long at attractive people, strong reactions to mildly suggestive content in movies or TV, difficulty maintaining casual conversations with attractive individuals. This isn't simply poor self-control, it's a neurological response. When you have sex or when you orgasm, the neurotransmitters light up your entire brain, enhancing its overall functioning. Without this regular neurological exercise, the brain becomes more reactive to potential stimuli. Ever been in a conversation with him when an attractive person walks by and suddenly he loses his train of thought completely? That's not just rudeness, it's his brain on high alert for what it's been missing. Mindfulness practices can help manage heightened sensitivity to stimuli. Taking 5 deep breaths before entering socially charged situations can help restore focus and control. Additionally, being aware of this tendency can help men consciously redirect their attention in the moment. Sign 4. Changes in sexual response and function. Extended periods without sexual activity can actually change how a man's body responds when opportunity does arise. This isn't just psychological, it's physiological. The body adapts to patterns of use and disuse, and sexual function is no exception. Decreased overall libido over time. Potential difficulty maintaining erections when opportunities do arise. Faster ejaculation due to increased sensitivity. Anxiety about performance after a long break. Changes in masturbation frequency, either significantly increased or decreased. What many don't realize is that sexual health functions like other bodily systems. It requires regular activity to maintain optimal function. For men, the effects of going without ejaculation for long periods of time can include epididymal hypertension, known colloquially as blue balls, sexual frustration, and the possibility that the body may ejaculate voluntarily, most likely resulting in a nocturnal emission. Wonder why he seems paradoxically less interested in sex the longer he goes without it. Sign 5. Shifting social and dating behaviors. A man experiencing an extended period without sexual intimacy often undergoes subtle changes in how he approaches relationships and social interactions. These behavioral shifts stem from a combination of psychological adaptation and sometimes growing desperation. These changes frequently appear as increased intensity in pursuing potential partners. Alternatively, complete withdrawal from dating situations, tendency to idealize or romanticize casual interactions, wanting to play the hero or rescuer role in relationships, making unusually deep or intense connections very quickly. He wants to be your hero. He makes deep connections. This behavior stems from a heightened desire for connection that goes beyond just physical intimacy. After extended periods without sex, many men crave the emotional connection that often accompanies physical intimacy. Ever been confused when he either comes on way too strong or seems completely disinterested? That pendulum swing isn't random. It's a common response to navigating desire after a sexual drought. The physical and psychological responses to these periods without sex vary significantly between individuals. Some men may experience all of these signs prominently, while others might display none of them despite extended abstinence. The intensity of these responses is influenced by previous sexual history and patterns, individual psychological makeup, stress levels from other life factors, general physical health and hormonal balance, personal attitudes towards sexuality, whether you're personally experiencing a period without sexual activity or trying to understand someone who might be. Compassion is key. Sexual desire and activity exist on a spectrum, and there is no right amount of sex that people should be having. Many people enjoy a full and satisfying life without ever having sex. This important perspective reminds us that while sexual activity offers certain health benefits, its absence doesn't doom anyone to poor health or unhappiness. For those currently in a period of sexual inactivity, focus on overall well-being through exercise, good nutrition, and stress management. Maintain open communication in relationships about needs and expectations. Consider whether the inactivity is causing genuine distress or merely societal pressure. Remember that dry spells are common and temporary for most people. Explore non-sexual forms of physical intimacy and connection. Wondering if all this means something's wrong with you or him? Here's the liberating truth. These signs aren't character flaws. They're simply human responses to changing circumstances. Start a judgment-free conversation about expectations and desires in your relationships. Whether you're discussing your own needs or trying to understand someone else's behavior, approaching the topic with curiosity rather than criticism creates space for authentic connection. Understanding the signs that a man hasn't been sexually active for an extended period isn't about categorizing or judging. It's about fostering empathy and communication. These physical and psychological responses are natural adaptations to changing circumstances, not character defects. For those navigating relationships with men showing these signs, patience and open communication can create spaces for authentic connection. For men experiencing these changes themselves, self-awareness can help manage responses and maintain perspective during temporary or chosen periods of abstinence. Remember that sexual activity exists on a spectrum of human experience. Neither constant activity nor complete abstinence defines anyone's worth or well-being. The healthiest approach is one that honors individual choices, circumstances, and needs while maintaining compassion for ourselves and others as we navigate the complex territory of human intimacy. When we recognize these signs for what they are, natural responses rather than permanent conditions, we open doors to more honest conversations and more fulfilling connections, regardless of current sexual activity levels. Drop down your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more.